Oh, yeah.
Get it.
This is my jam.
This is Radiohead, right?
Coldplay.
Close.
Down. Ooh, I'm eating brunch with my people though. The homie Dyke just cooked up a feast and we bout to eat it, bro. Fucked around and has to mix the lobster with the poutine. Daddy is rolling blue dream. Them boys got down a routine. It's Naptown culture. Cooking 7 courses. Had to pass the torch and now I'm grabbing second portion. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a smoke. It's Harder Brunch on the way and get prepared for the jokes. Whoa.
Hey!
Hey! Hip hop hooray!
Oh!
Hi, and welcome to the Harder Brunch Podcast. I'm your host, Dyke Michaels. With me, as always, my co-host, Thaddaeus J. Mckee.
Slappy Pappy Wang Wang.
On the ones and twos, the wheels of steel, the sauce boss of Indianapolis, and the last broke dragon. Give it up for Zach Roan, everybody.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah!
Whoa.
A very special, well, not very special. Sorry, let me take that back.
The normal amount of special.
Video producer Casey Campbell.
What up, y'all?
Case.
Be sure to look for us on Patreon, Harder Brunch, /Patreon, $3. It's worth it.
All right. And very special returning champions with us in studio. Representing the Middle Ground Comedy Festival.
Yeah!
Festival headliner and festival darling, Lucas Waterfill.
I'm a darling.
You're so darling.
And festival producer, Gwen Sunkel.
Woo! It's me. Actually, I got a new title recently, executive producer.
Executive producer.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
She got a pizza party to
Yeah.
go on with.
Yeah, exactly. I did not get a raise.
You gave the title to yourself as well.
She threw herself a pizza party.
When you run an organization of 3, you get to make a lot of decisions.
I'm very excited to have both of you in studio. One, because you guys are both my friends, so this is going to be very easy.
We're friends.
I'm a friend. I've never had a friend.
You're both my friends, and
I tolerate you most days.
in spite of everything that's wrong with both of you, still friends. But I feel like last year when you came on from Middle Ground was the most rigid I've ever seen you on any podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Like you were all business. You were just
it was
look, we're
all business.
having this comedy
We're having
festival.
This festival.
People
You
are
need to
gonna
get
come.
out there. You
I
need
was
to
like,
buy some tickets. You need to get there.
we had everything but the comedy. I think that happened. I was like, I've never seen a more serious Gwen Sunkel.
Yeah,
And this
about
year, I feel like you've done it all now. You're going into year 2.
Yeah.
You seem cool as a cucumber.
Oh my gosh, you do.
I do.
I feel like there's like they must have had a meeting where like we're not going to complain to one person because complaints get out. Because I was like, how's the comedy festival going? And I was like ready for the juice, and she's like, great. And I'm like, there's nothing here.
No, honestly, it really is going great.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah. It's
Better than last year.
I mean, I made a lot of mistakes last year. And I got to, learn from them and correct them.
Some people say vehicular manslaughter is not a mistake.
Well, Caitlyn Jenner would disagree.
Bottom ching.
R.I.P. OJ.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Oh yeah, rest in power.
So sad.
Some power.
The juice. Yeah.
I didn't even know he had cancer. I'll
in
say
hell.
that. Wait, what?
The juice is loose in hell.
One of my favorite things this week was watching comedians all rush for the hackiest jokes.
Why did you follow my joke without that hacky line?
Well, you did make a juices loose joke in the year 2024.
It's the year of our Lord,
It's
2024.
relevant because he died. He's loose in hell.
We need to reprint the festival poster.
Oh
The OJ Comedy Festival.
What if Lucas just did 45 minutes on OJ?
Man, don't leave. You're going to miss his Judge Ito chunk.
You hear this OJ news?
Marsha Clark's hair, am I right?
I did. Did any of you guys watch the was it The People versus OJ? Like
Yeah.
the documentary?
Yeah.
That was so good.
It was
I
good.
love that.
Cuban Gooding Jr.
And that one guy.
Is he in trouble now?
Turns out
with,
he's the new OJ.
Yeah, he's wrapped up with P. Diddy, isn't he?
Roy Scovel does like a perfect
A little
job.
wrapped up. No pun intended. He's probably really wrapped up with P. Diddy.
Roy Scovel does like this perfect job of like his friend that talks.
I don't know it.
About OJ. He's like, OJ's really cool. You know, like OJ would always get in trouble. And it's just a really funny joke because you watch the documentary, it sounds exactly like that. But I just wanted to picture OJ's like his friend doing the eulogy, like OJ's now resting in purgatory right now. You know, I don't know. You guys didn't see that one. You guys just I should have took the cue. You guys listened
Have
to
you ever bombed
Cuba.
like that before? That's your first time bombing like that,
It's
right?
not. It's not. I was
how
married
it
by
feels?
Brian Petrie just recently, so thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
I told you that in your house. in confidence.
I did not bring it up. You brought that out.
Did you get your balls back, though, is the real
Okay.
question.
This is all inside baseball, Gwen.
Yeah, that's why we
Because I
need.
brought it up.
That's why we need to make it outside baseball.
And just let all the listeners of Brunch Nation.
Let's start off with the fact that Lucas really enjoys stories about his friends bombing. As you can tell by the permagrin that he can't seem to put away right now.
It's like my favorite thing about comedy. I like my friends bombing more than doing well. Like, if Joe Bates bombs on my headlining weekend and I just do okay, I'd rather that happen than me kill and him not bomb. Does that make sense?
Actually, everyone on the festival is going to be amazing, so don't worry about it. Come out and see it no matter what.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm promoting this.
But also, it would be hilarious if we all saw Joe Bates bomb.
Come on now.
I love Joe Bates. I'm joking,
No.
Joe.
And I would say on any comedy
Absolutely, we
festival,
love you, Joe.
it's like a roast. Like on every roast, one person needs to bomb. I feel like there's the people that are fans of comedy, and there's people that are fans of failure that also come out to festivals.
Is that why you did so poorly at Sarah Pop-Tart's roast?
Yeah, oh man, I got accused of some body shaming, some light body shaming.
I heard you killed it at her roast.
Yeah, I fucking did kill it.
Gwen just had a lot of stuff to get off her chest. She didn't know she was at a roast.
I have a lot of pent-up rage.
I'm sorry, Thad. I'm sorry I brought that up.
No, it's okay. People just now know that I bombed and don't know the story, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't get offended. And here it's easy to bomb because Dyke likes it as well. Dyke's a psycho. And I'll say something actually funny, and then he's trained everybody to be quiet when I say something funny.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
And
Thaddeus, I'm sure.
It's okay. All right.
There's like a tone that like you can't hear, but the rest of us can.
No,
when-
that's as ridiculous as Dyke got his algorithm to show him more boobs. Right? Dyke just told everybody not to laugh at his jokes. It's a big inside conspiracy.
Yeah, it's Building 7 at its finest.
It's a real Sandy Hook conspiracy.
That was literally one of the best things. Like a couple weeks ago, Thad said that I told everyone that he likes big boobs, and because I told everyone that, it jumped into his phone and got into his algorithm.
And now all he sees are
Yep,
boobs.
Yeah, and it was all my fault.
I mean, you can make it sound as ridiculous as you want.
You could say it's Dyke's fault or thank you, Dyke.
No, that's the thing. Like, that's not even my thing.
You're an ass man.
I'm a
We know.
personality guy.
Yeah.
I'm a personality guy.
That's why you Google big personalities when you're trying to look at porn. You're like, big personalities.
I can't get off to someone that's like a jerk.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, but yeah, then my phone now has been getting these things. I'm like, well, I'm not even looking at this stuff. But every time Dyke's around, my algorithms
Nothing but titties. NBT. Nothing but titties.
and BT. I don't know how BT comedy got brought into this.
NBT.
Oh,
nothing
I
but
thought
titties.
you were saying and BT.
Yeah, anytime you're around
It's
BT,
comedy.
I'm also thinking about titties.
It's BT comedy and boobs on my algorithm for no reason.
So,
Yeah.
You didn't have to make that sound. That made it feel like a bomb.
I trained him to do that.
Yeah, he gave him a wink.
So yeah, real quick, let's get a good plug in here
yes,
before we
please.
devolve into madness.
Business in the front.
Put the
Party
business in the
back.
front. Middle Ground Comedy Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Back in the habit.
Tell everybody all about it. Where's it at? When it is? Who's going to be there?
Oh, heck yeah. So it's April 25th through the 28th coming up, not next weekend, but the weekend after when you're listening to this. Tickets are on sale on Eventbrite. We have 4 amazing headliners. We have Al Jackson, who is a Bob and Tom favorite and has been on Comedy Central and does a show called The Daily Blast Live that I know is very popular with people who like the news. So
Bob and Tom favorite means like he's been on
He's
Bob
been
and Tom,
on
or
Bob and
that's
Tom.
his favorite show.
Both. He has been on Bob and Tom. He'll be on Bob and Tom next Thursday, the 25th, so you can listen to him there. We have local favorite and social justice advocate and
Me?
Yes.
I'm
Lucas Waterfill.
I'm a social justice advocate.
Yeah,
I
you
think-
took
yeah,
over the team.
yeah.
You took
I'm
hot
a-
milk to the face.
I'm a
Yes.
SJW dude.
Yeah.
I'm a SJ. I'm your
Local-
SJW comic.
Local woke comedian Lucas Waterfill
Yes.
will be headlining Friday night. We have Tom Takar on Saturday
Very
night.
good.
Yeah, he's great. He is an
One of my
IU
favorites.
alum.
One of my favorites.
One of your favorites. Yeah, he's great. He's been on like all the late night shows, Conan, Jimmy Fallon, all that.
He's funny.
Yeah. And then finally, Sunday night, we have Lace Larrabee, who was a semifinalist on season 17 of America's Got Talent and travels the country doing stand-up comedy. So a lot of great headliners. And then we have like 35 comics from around the country coming in to do some feature sets. One of them hosts a podcast called Harder Brunch. Yeah,
podcast
A
host.
podcast. And Sunday, your boys are live in the house.
What?
Live in the house. Harder Brunch.
Say their name.
It's Harder Brunch. Recording at 3 p.m. on Sunday the 28th. So everybody come out and see it. That's at Half Liter.
That is Boys with an I because Casey's here.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Boys.
Boys.
The boys.
I liked how Lucas's credit was local favorite. Everyone else was like,
He is the local favorite. He has a special on Amazon with Comedy Dynamics.
Why you gotta put a spotlight on my lack of credits?
because you do have credits. And she just said local talent.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Now I see. Now, okay, I'm turning to that side.
Come on
He
in. Come on in.
won the
I was
funniest
advocating
person
for you.
in Indiana contest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I will
2021.
say this. Dyke said before we left, like, don't bring up his credits.
Whatever you do,
And
don't mention
I was like, I don't
his
get it.
credits.
I don't get it, but I'm not supposed to talk about him.
Everybody knows Lucas. We've heard Lucas's story on this podcast before. We all know what an amazing comedian he is. I wanted to take a moment to highlight what an asset to our community he is as well.
Wow.
He is an ass in the community. That is definitely true.
That's true. No, you were at the riots, man.
I was. I got.
To be fair, Lucas does a lot of other social justice work besides getting milk poured on his face.
Besides looting.
I wish there was more looting, but yeah, I do. Yeah, I've been known to loot, but do more than looting.
Oh man.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm very excited to be a part of this, and
You went viral.
I went viral multiple times. Like your mom.
Wow.
That's an insight. That's baseball. dude.
Inside baseball.
It better not be inside.
Hot tongue.
Hot tongue, man. But yeah, I'm very excited to be a part of this wonderful festival, and like I think indie has one of the most underrated scenes. I travel the country doing comedy, as most of us do, and I'm always surprised how indie stacks up against major cities, and like bigger cities and bigger scenes, and like we just constantly push each other and push ourselves to do better and bigger things. And this festival is a part of that legacy, like pushing as a producer, like producing, and as comics, like just pushing each other to be better and funnier. So I'm proud to be a part of it.
Thank you. We're so happy to have you.
It was such a blast last year.
Yeah.
I was only out there for a couple of days. I came out Friday night, and that was really fun to last tour there was a indoor outdoor section or whatever, and to watch all that. And then Sunday we were there obviously for the live podcast, and that was the first time we've done so many live podcasts since then. It's crazy to think that it's only been a year, but that was the very first time doing that. And being able to do a live podcast at a comedy festival is just like
so much fun.
What better way to start things off for us, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're also going to have this year on Saturday the Fake Ass Book Club podcast. So Kat and Moni, friends of the show,
shout out,
coming out on Saturday. So yeah, so the shows on Thursday and Sunday are at Half Liter. The shows Friday and Saturday are at Black Circle. All the headliner shows are $25 a piece. To see all the showcase shows for every day is a $10 ticket, and you can bundle them and see comedy all day long for $30.
What?
Yeah, it's a great deal.
$30.
$30. So Saturday we have 6 shows, and you could see all 6 of them for $30.
That's what a steal.
Yeah, that's $5 a show. One of those will be Tom Takar. One of them will be the very popular LGBTQ showcase. That was one of the favorite shows last year, because we let all the queer comics on the festival do just a little bit of time, and so it's real rapid fire, and everybody's having a great time. It's like a party. But there were like last year, 40% of the festival was queer. So it was like, okay, everybody gets 3 minutes. Go tell a dick sucking joke.
Everyone gets one word.
Yes.
That's funny.
I'm queer. That's the one word.
Oh, I thought we were getting exclusive.
I want more stage time. By God, I'm gay.
I did accidentally put somebody on there last year that wasn't, and he was like, "I'm on this show," and I was like, "You are now."
What happened at Atlanta?
But that's exactly what I was thinking. But what's funny is, as comics, no matter what show you get put on accidentally, you're still gonna do your time. When we were in Atlanta, there was a dude that was Juneteenth.
Yeah.
It was a Juneteenth celebration show, and he got up there and he started smiling. He goes, "I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not sure why."
Because we got put on that show pretty easily, because I didn't know it was a Juneteenth show. Like, I wasn't prepped to be like, this is a black show. And like, oh yeah, you guys should be on it. And like, oh, man, we just got on the show.
Walked onto the show.
Yeah, thank you, Ian. And then,
only to find out later that you were a diversity hire for the Juneteenth show.
Which is probably most of my bookings.
I know I've told this story.
Come on.
Take that, Indianapolis Bookers. That's how I feel right now, okay? That's how I feel.
I know I've told this story on the podcast many times, but I'm going to tell it again because it's one of my favorite stories. That same weekend, we were leaving, and we stopped at a gas station on the way back to Indy, and I walked into a Burger King, and I came out with some fries, and he goes, "Did you get those fries for free?" And I was like, "Yep." I told him they told me it was the Juneteenth special. And he goes, "Are you serious?" And I was like,
"No, I was hungry."
I go, "Yep." So he walks in. First of all, there's a Popeyes and a Burger King. He didn't even go to the right place. He went to the wrong place, first of all. And they just walked up, and he was like, "Yes, I'd like the Juneteenth special."
At a Popeyes.
Now, Dyke's usually bad at lying. And in his face, because I was hungry too. We've been on a road trip. He's like, "Yeah, you go in there and get this Juneteenth special." I really thought, and why would I go to Burger King for a Juneteenth special? Popeyes was it.
So you just thought all fast food restaurants were running a Juneteenth special?
He said it. He lied to me.
Yeah, but he
I
didn't
was
say
tricked.
Popeyes was. He said it was Burger King.
But think if if one was going to do a Juneteenth one. Is it Burger King? Or
I don't know what you mean. That's the woke comment. I have no idea what you're getting at.
I think Popeyes.
Frankly, as a white person, I'm offended that you would even suggest something. I don't even know what you're suggesting, but if you were to suggest that, I'm offended.
If you could be a little more sensitive.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Lucas's plight.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
Of being white.
I've been white.
Lucas has been white
plight?
since birth.
I've been white.
I'm sitting across from this My Left Foot poster, Lucas, and it's been so hard not to comment on it the whole time.
My left foot. It's
Yeah.
a good. Okay, you want to hear a my left foot story?
I'd love to.
So, Chrissy Brown was that guy with CP that could only paint with his left foot and had that movie made about him. And then he died. He choked on like food and died. And then he has this big family. So he dies. And then they make the movie. And during the movie, Daniel Day-Lewis is like a method actor, so he's all like CP'd out all the time. He's like always like,
You call that stolen valor?
he's like that. He's like overdoing it a lot. Like, we don't look that bad, do we?
Tone it down.
We don't look that bad, do we? Anyways, then Chrissy Brown's family comes to the fucking filming of this, and their brother just died that they dearly love. Mm-hmm. And then they go up to Daniel Day-Lewis, and he's all CP'd out. He's all like, and they're like mourning.
They think he's like mocking their brother.
I don't know if your brother just died and somebody's like acting like him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be fucked up?
That it was.
Like, chill out, Daniel Day-Lewis. Is it that deep, bro? Then he wins an Oscar.
Did you ever watch the documentary about Jim Carrey doing the Man on the Moon thing?
Yeah.
And where he met Andy Kaufman's like a strange daughter and was pretending to be Andy Kaufman. Like, there's certain times when method acting just becomes wildly inappropriate.
But would it be method acting if they stop? Like, oh, this is the line? That's the thing. You're supposed to cross the line over and then be possessed by that
what I'm
person's spirit.
saying is they're full of themselves and they're like not.
You can step out of it to show respect for the family.
Okay.
Like if he was like doing a 9/11 movie, I don't know why I chose that tragedy.
No one does.
But like if he goes up to
like Nicolas Cage.
Sure. Like, you think he would keep going like in front of the firemen?
Yeah, sure. Would he be the Twin Towers? he's
Is it getting hot in here? Is it just me?
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, he just has a hat with flames on it at all times.
I feel like the more talented of an actor, you just get away. People just give you a wider berth on being an asshole. But at the end of the day, you're an asshole. Because Jared Leto tried to do that as the Joker and send like condoms and fish to his castmates, and everyone's like, "You're just an asshole. Nobody wants this. No one thinks you're the Joker, buddy."
When Will Smith calls you an asshole, you're like, maybe I have a problem. Yeah. Maybe I'm the issue. Will Smith, of all people, calling me an egomaniac? What the fuck is going on in my life? Yeah, Jim Carrey is the most like egotistical person to ever experience an ego death. Do you ever recognize that? Like how ego deaf people have the biggest egos? Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they've figured it all out.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
What
The
does
moment you're-
actual ego death mean? Like, I've always heard it in reference to like
Shrooms,
drugs,
yeah.
but I never know exactly what it means.
It's like we're not individuals, man. We're just like fucking part of the fucking ether, dude. Like there is no me, there's no you, there is no like, it's just flow, man.
But then you go back and have a alt-right podcast
Yeah,
afterward.
Yeah.
and tell people not to vaccinate their children,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah,
That's all part of it.
yeah. Didn't like in the movie Man on the Moon, like Vince Vaughn actually fucking clocked Jim Carrey when he slapped him because he was so sick of his shit.
Good. Like, it probably felt great.
And what was the wrestler? Which wrestler? I'm not a wrestler.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah, he's like, that wasn't. He was trying to act like. I'm terrible with names. The dude he was trying to act like.
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. He's like, that's not Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman was never like mean.
He was like, he was in on the joke. We talked about it beforehand.
Yeah, he was never
Yeah,
a
not-
vicious person. He was like, just like it was a act. Like he realized he was a, I don't know.
like with him wrestling the women on stage, like those weren't
Yeah, it was
like those was a setup.
It was a parody. It was
Yeah.
a larger parody.
So yeah, if you guys are going to think about doing method acting, don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing a jerk.
I'm
Right?
thinking about my Oscar debut is gonna be me as Usain Bolt. I think I'm gonna do a Usain Bolt biopic.
I love that.
And
That might really piss some people off.
why? Because I'm
Why?
running. Is that why?
I feel like a few different reasons.
Why? Because I can't run
They'll
now.
be like, they're making this documentary woke.
That'd be the wokest thing ever.
Yeah, I'm still in a wheelchair. Everybody's like, what? A crippled person can't be Usain Bolt?
Just a montage of you.
Training in Africa.
I have the worst African accent ever. People are like, what? He can't do it.
Lucas comes out. I was born a poor black child.
Like, what's the point of having AI if we don't use it? Like, you didn't use it. You didn't use it at all.
And they soup up my wheelchair and they're really fast. He's the fastest man to ever run.
All right, it's time for our Tinker coffee break.
Ooh.
And heading into break, I just want to take this time. Gwen, you got some. I gotta say, I forgot my French press today.
Yeah.
So I brought the Tinker coffee and I just put it in a regular coffee machine, and you know what? Still pretty good.
Still real good.
Turned out great. Lucas, you had some.
Oh yeah, I'm on my fourth cup.
We are all going to be jittery.
I stopped drinking recently, so coffee is my
Yeah,
alcohol.
coffee's the new
Nice.
booze. That's what I say. Like I thought about like the other night. I was like, man, I just want something. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was like, do I drink some Tinker coffee right now just to spice up my life, or do I go to bed?
That's how it starts.
I actually did the same thing yesterday with an iced Tinker coffee. I had made myself poured the rest of my French press into a glass, put that in my fridge, enjoyed it later, y'all.
You know, you can have Tinker coffee delivered straight to your house. Use promo code BRUNCH and get 25% off your first order. Dang. Can you believe that, Lucas?
I can't breathe. I can't believe that. I'm gonna do
He
it.
said, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. This ad is killing me.
They're killing me. I drank Tinker coffee and now I'm dying. No, this is terrible promo. Again,
It's actually very life-giving.
again, I'm terrible at promo. No, Tinker coffee is great.
And that was celebrity spokesman Usain Bolt. We'll be right back.
This week on the After Brunch Podcast.
But I was thinking, like, I asked this question. I'm gonna ask everybody if there was like a time traveling OnlyFans for anybody in history, like whose page would you subscribe to? And you can pick 2 people.
I gotcha.
But like anybody, like, and you can pick now if you want to be boring.
Join us at patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
Welcome back to the program. We're talking with Lucas Waterfill and Gwen Sunkel from Middle Ground Comedy Festival. And we made a very special menu in honor of Middle Ground Comedy Festival. And that takes us into the Smoking Goose brunch breakdown.
Oh, yeah. This brunch was outstanding.
Well, thank you so much. Smoking Goose, of course, is located at 407 Dorman Street. They have this really sweet deal. You can get a mix and match pack for $75. Only $75. You know what? They'll do free shipping to half of the whole country. Can you believe that?
Dang.
They have some really cool super new limited releases. They got a thick cut bacon with chipotle orange molasses rub salami, and the andouille and double hops cheese ball with local American pale ale and hops cheese. It looks amazing right there.
That sounds real
What's
good.
andouille?
It's a type of salami. It's like that spreadable meat.
Ooh,
The salami that we had.
Not to be confused with andouille.
I made some. Oh, I said it wrong. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce
No, I
it.
think you said it right.
we believe in you.
Yeah.
We had some in the deviled eggs last week. I mean, you could get. I literally don't know which way's up with it, how to say it. I don't know if I said it right or wrong.
I like andouille
andouille.
because it's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
Andouille.
Hey, would you like some andouille? And then after that, we could go to the park.
Andouille.
Andouille.
Ooh, guys, come on. It's an ad.
So the theme was Lucasshire Tavern.
Oh, that's me.
Yes.
We went with the middle ground since you have the dragon theme and all that. We went
Yeah.
with the medieval kind of
Medieval
theme.
times.
And
Is that why you didn't give us silverware?
yeah, that's why. That's why you all got scurvy.
That's why I had polio. I don't know.
The very first menu item was the ye old baked brie board.
Always delicious.
Man,
Dyke, again, the only person I know making his own puff pastry on a regular basis.
I got one trick. I'm the one trick pony.
And
It
it's
was
puff
great.
pastry. It's a great trick to have.
One trick
honestly.
pastry.
Yeah, one trick pastry.
I just like that he stuffed the brie and the puff pastry, which is amazing, and then garnished it with more bread around the outside. There's like a sunflower of bread.
Yeah,
Now,
no.
he knows exactly why that happened. We both basically made the same exact dish where I was going to do something that was going to have honey and pistachio, but mine was going to be a bread based. And I was like,
grapes.
Again, y'all tell on
grapes.
yourselves every time.
I know I have to.
You don't have to let us know about the mistakes. Like, don't let us peer behind the curtain. That was exactly the menu he planned.
That was the bread.
It was a
promised.
lot of bread. Like,
Yeah,
'Cause
but
I was
that
curious.
feels very medieval.
I'm like,
then-
bread
yeah.
with bread. What do I dip this bread in? Oh,
I don't
more
know,
bread.
But then the next course was the stew, so I figured if the bread was still on the table,
Yeah, you
Oh.
can do a
grab
little-
some.
I left the bread that I brought in the car because I saw all the damn bread that he was serving for the first course for
You're like,
whatever
no
fucking
bread,
reason.
No bread.
Well, they had a lot of bread back in the
Yeah, it was
Shire.
one of the few things they could make. Yeah, they ate that elf bread. So it seems pretty on brand.
This is magic bread.
Yeah, yeah.
This is bad.
Also, sometimes when you're eating the baked brie, you want like a little extra bread. Yeah.
To dip
yeah.
in the brie.
Yeah.
By the bread that is covered.
I did see some people do that. I did see
Absolutely.
Oh, I dipped.
making bread sandwiches.
Yeah.
bread on bread on bread.
A
Zach,
bread spread.
talk about the next
Carbohydrates.
course. Get us out of this.
So I did a tavern stew. It was a beef chuck roast. I had parsnips, rutabaga, mustard, and collard greens, and carrots.
Yeah. It was really good. Amanda was commenting that they never had parsnip before. So a lot of really interesting root vegetables. So I always like that you use some different
Brought the
vegetables.
flavor out.
Yeah.
It was
so good.
great.
Thank you.
And Thad fed me. That was very romantic.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Just like in olden times.
Yeah, just
What do you mean in old times?
Like when you fed Lucas previously.
Wait, this might have been our first time. You don't know that.
No, you look like you've done that before.
I think you're talking about slavery, all right? Let's just get on the table. If we want to talk about slavery, we're going to talk about it now.
Look, there were no medieval taverns in the United States, okay? Because we weren't around then.
I always think that soup is the hardest. It's the hardest course to get the most appreciation out of.
Oh, okay.
And I think that was my favorite of the
the bar
day.
is high.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite of the day. I think it was the most flavorful.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
Oh
learned
yeah.
Zach's secret. And it's always make it flavorful, no matter what.
That's right.
Which is not
That's
as
like
good as
saying-
my secret, which is
That's like-
more bread.
That's like
Give the
saying,
people what they want.
you know the
More bread.
you know the secret to comedy, making people laugh.
Have you tried being funny?
Have you tried me?
And then my next course was the middle ground meat pie,
Mrs. Lovett's meat pies.
which was a beef and pork pie. And then one of my favorite things when I had my food truck is our signature burger had these slow cooked onions and butter. And it's just like, it's different than caramelized onion. There's
Yeah.
just something about slow cooking it in butter. And this is
They're
like,
very sweet.
yeah, it brings a sweetness out to it, but it's also like you wake up in the middle of the night and the whole house smells like French onion soup almost. Like I like you get excited for it, and then I cooked it separately and put it in, and it also kind of had like a shepherd's pie thing because it had mashed potatoes.
Yeah. More bread, really. Yes, pie.
Yeah, a lot
I
of
made
crust.
2 different crusts from scratch. Okay.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
The Crusty Shire.
No, I loved
No,
that
you
there
kids
was
love
like
crust.
that there was like mashed potatoes and then the crust. Because a lot of times when I have shepherd's pie, it's just like the mashed potato is the crust.
How about this? What about Crustables shepherd pie? Ooh, shit.
That sounds
So-
delicious.
Sounds
So
like
we
a
can kind of do
Trademark that.
that with the pie makers, yeah.
Yeah.
Except maybe someone make that for him so it doesn't come out all
That's not-
oily.
well,
I was gonna say you'd need a lot of oil.
Oily pie.
You make one oily pie that kills a couple people. And no, here's the thing. I think I make a great shepherd's pie, and I would like to have a shepherd's. Wait, are you thinking about eating me right now? Is that where the joke went?
You're just funny, man. Go on.
I think I'd make it not like if you made me into a shepherd's pie. I'm saying I want to challenge you guys to shepherd's pie off,
Okay.
That's good.
and you be the judge, Casey.
Sure, anybody can be.
One judge. And one judge only.
Why do you pick the judge? I don't know. I feel like something's been
All right, then I win.
predetermined.
It's off. I win. I'm done.
Is this like a spin-off of meat cakes, like meat pies?
Yes.
This is the Belmont steaks.
Yes. We do need like more competitions like that.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Well, yeah. You have it's the Triple Crown round.
Yes.
You win the
meat-
meat cakes.
The meat cakes is Kentucky Derby, right?
The turkey
Turkey.
derby.
The turkey,
Do
okay.
you guys like sweet
meatness.
or savory pies better?
Sweet.
You
Sweet.
can have both, can't you?
But I do love
Yes.
a good savory pie, but I feel like there's so many more sweet pies.
Well, but I feel like savory pies are not as popular here in America too.
True.
There's a lot of cultures that eat a lot of like savory hand pies.
And real quick, Zach, your last course.
Speaking of hand pies, so I did. I was going with grapes and honey as the theme for the dessert, and I just kind of like looked up what they ate in medieval times and threw it all together. So I made a little custard out of like egg, cream, and honey. And then I garnished it with some pistachios, cashews, and then honey. And then I made the cookie from Squid Game that they broke apart. I made one of those because it's just like sugar and baking soda, and garnished with that as well.
It was delicious. Gave it a nice little crunch.
So good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if medieval people were eating that, they were doing okay.
I feel like only some medieval people were. You know, like the
Yeah.
1%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's like the 0.01% back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing when we were like looking up food. It was like the majority of the people on the planet were just eating slop.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, to even have meat in your diet you were probably very well off.
Really?
Yeah. Most people, it was bread. You were probably drinking beer or wine instead of because the water was bad. But it was
And they
light
did-
breads, maybe some cheese if you're doing well.
It's wild. So I went to Europe and, went around and they would put the drinking stats in the different towns about like what people back in the day used to drink. It was an ungodly amount of like wine and beer.
Yeah, because it would ferment and that kills the germs in it.
The
so-
worms.
The worms, the germs. Yeah, and
They
like
didn't
they didn't
know-
have tea or coffee.
But isn't it Mary Antoinette that said let them eat meat cake?
Yep. I'm sure that was the quick. Yeah, let them eat meat cake.
And the crowd just cheering.
Yeah, I never actually knew what the exact context of that was. Was it the fact that she was just so out of touch?
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
saying that, if they don't have bread to eat, then why can't they eat cake instead? Because
It's like
she would never run out of bread.
It's like the equivalent of the Kellogg owner being like, "You can eat cereal for breakfast,
For dinner.
for dinner." I'm sorry, dinner. Yeah,
It's a cake, Michael. How much could it possibly
Yeah,
cost?
exactly. $10. Yeah. Yeah, it's somebody who's so out of touch that she's like, oh, well, surely they have something else to eat if it's not bread.
Because they're running out of food and they wanted meat, I think, is the thing. And then she's like, we'll let them eat cake. And then they stormed the Capitol on January 6th. And that's why you guys need to get out there and vote. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to turn this political.
Are you sure?
it was great. Great food. I loved it.
Amazing.
I
Yes.
loved it.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for such a fitting celebration for the Middle Ground Comedy Festival. I feel nourished and ready to finish this journey to Mordor on April 25th through 28th.
Take down the
I'm
Irish.
Gollum. Yes,
What were some of your?
My precious.
my precious.
Were you on the festival last year? You performed, right?
No,
Nope. I did. No, I did it from the podcast.
I watched.
This is my first. What were some of your guys' favorite memories of the festival from last year?
Good question.
Oh.
Good question.
Dwight. I watched Dwight's. Dwight's was great.
Yeah, Dwight and Mandy both had really hot sets at the festival. It was great. Ryan Singer was a lot of fun.
It sounded like you said Dwight and Mandy had some really hot sex at the festival.
And they did, and they let us all watch.
You guys with the tea? You guys with the tea?
Boy, howdy, was it hot.
You need to raise your ticket price.
What I loved, David Lewis last year brought his dog Bucka Bucka on stage for his set. R.I.P. Bucka Bucka, who's passed away since then. But
Wow.
Dibs
yeah,
for Dead Comedy.
Did-
I am going to be a dog for Dead Comics.
I was like, are you dibbing it the dog's body?
And that.
both. He needs it for the costume. And actually, one of my favorite things is like I always try to plan some sort of like fun Indianapolis centric thing to do for like people on Friday who are in town.
Oh yeah.
So last year we went to the Medical History Museum, which if you've never been is my favorite museum in the city. It's over on the west side, and it's the old medical research facility on
Central
the same
State?
grounds as Central State. Yeah, so they've got like brains in jars and stuff, and yeah, local comedic performer Carrie Pulley did our tour because they're a tour guide at the Medical History Museum.
A taste of eugenics.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that
there's a
too.
lot
But
of
yeah,
eugenics.
but it's a very interesting museum. So
That's your hot spot, I feel like.
the Medical History Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if like there was a guy coming from Australia to date you, and like that, I think that's the first place you would take them.
No, honestly, when people are like, "What should I do when I'm in Indianapolis?" That's in my list of things that they should do.
So you're saying you're going to take them to do that again this year?
This year we are going duck pin bowling.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So
Can I come?
yeah, all the comics on the festival are
In Fountain
invited.
Square.
Yeah.
In
know, you've-
FSQ.
Yeah. So just wanted to switch it up this year. So
Get
we'll
your-
see. We'll see.
Yeah. And he provided places for the comics to stay. I think that's without saying.
It goes without saying that comics have places to stay.
Well, you made it happen.
Yes.
And
yeah.
people go without saying it, but you made it happen.
Oh, thank you. Well,
You made us keep comics at
exactly.
our house.
I'm making them house. Poor Dan Sebring. They are in for a rude awakening. No, I'm kidding. Thank you guys for housing.
They
Yeah.
might be,
Wait till
actually.
you see
They're
the accommodations.
There
No,
might be a problem.
No, like one of the I don't want to sound like silly, but like values of our festival is like showing people Hoosier hospitality. I mean, y'all are in the hospitality industry. You get it.
Yeah.
You know where that comes from?
What Hoosier
Hoosier
hospitality?
hospitality?
Living in Indiana and being hospitable.
During the Civil War,
Is this a fucking race thing again?
I'm sorry to bum you out with race stuff, Gwen.
I just would.
I'm sorry.
Gwen hit her breaking point.
I'm done. This is black people.
You made it a black thing again.
Everything bad. Is everything bad?
Here's the thing. What happened
is.
during the Civil War is
Stays in the Civil War.
Indiana
Oh,
was
that's Vegas.
famously a northern state.
Okay.
All right, and then Kentucky was pretty new. Kentucky was neutral, and then there's other people that would come and fight, right? And then when we had prisoners of war, we would treat our prisoners with so much respect and hospitality that they'd write back and say, "Man, these Hoosiers here are very hospitable," and that's where Hoosier hospitality came because
So
we were
we-
nice to people that wanted slavery.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so it is a race thing.
There it is.
So we weren't.
No,
we weren't that northern. We
Yeah.
were. Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
on the cusp of
We're
being.
like we get.
We might
we
see you
get
next.
it.
We might see you at Thanksgiving.
We're the
Yeah.
Switzerland of the Confederate,
I just
the
learned.
Union. Yeah.
I just learned
I did not know that.
today that Kentucky was neutral in the Civil War. I had to look that up. I was like, he's getting false information again.
No,
It was actually
Kentucky.
true.
Actually, I found that out at playing at the tapes. I was like, wait, what side were you guys on? Because I always thought they
No,
were
like-
Confederate. Like embarrassingly, we were neutral, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Anyway, back to your point.
Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Exhibiting hospitality is a very important part of the festival. I want to show other comics from other cities how cool Indianapolis is, how great our audiences are, and I want to show audiences here, comics that they normally wouldn't be exposed to or see. We're very fortunate we get to travel around and see awesome comics all over the country all the time. But
And if you're a comic from the South, we will show you extra.
absolutely, yeah.
Because we get your plight. Right?
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
going to do this extra for?
What is extra?
Well, you don't want to know. I don't think that's appropriate.
Actually, you have to divulge what we're going to do.
Well,
We had to.
Now, Lucas, we were talking last time. We were talking was right after a show, and you have a lot of cheery material that you're working on right now. It's a lot of feel good.
yeah, you guys buckle up because I'm working on a 45, type 45 on suicide.
Yeah.
Type 45.
On suicide. No, I'm going through some things, and I'm gonna bring you all with me. We're going through it together.
We really are.
Or is there going to be red juice served at this?
I don't know. There might be.
Like a Heaven's Gate Kool-Aid situation.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Love Has Won?
No,
Documentary?
is that where
Oh my god!
the
it's
lady
so
turns
good.
purple?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lady
No, it's
turns
on my list.
It's so
It's
good.
bonkers,
It's
yeah.
so it's so good.
What do you mean
dude.
by good? Like cry, laugh?
Like, this is
Horrific.
horrific. This is interesting. It's basically, the manic girl in high school
Oh, yeah.
that everybody was scared of.
Kind of, yeah.
She grew
Patchwork
up.
bag.
She grew up and fucking got a cult. and then
She got her own cult.
yeah, that
Yeah.
girl.
That's
Yeah.
not bad for the way the life was going.
It was so weird. Like she had someone basically like, I mean, it's a cult, so you're not being paid, but like on staff to like write down everything she like did every minute of every day.
And what gets me is, not to spoil it, but the guy at the end, he just gets away with
Oh, no kidding.
$250,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened to that money, dude? It
It
just
is
goes
GOA.
away.
So far, you're kind of convincing me to join this cult. you just get $250,000.
What does she eat that
Colloidal silver.
Colloidal silver.
Yeah, she's
It turns
taking
her
like
purple.
you know, multiple dozens of doses of colloidal silver a day, and it's like coming out her skin. So she has like a silver sheen to her.
Oh my god, it's so. Well, it's so
Is there any
good and
sex
so
involved?
bad.
This is a
Oh
serious
yeah,
question.
it's
There's always a sex thing. It's always a sex thing. It's always a race thing.
What
Okay.
kind of cult would there be if no sex? Like why would you join a cult with no sex?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was just asking.
Yeah, I have a family.
Yeah, I have bills, you know. But yeah, it's just interesting because I think like cults rise up when there's a break in society and people are like, why
Looking for answers.
Yeah, looking for meaning and like
Connection.
Why are we fucking doing, like, why am I going about my day like this? Like, I need something else.
I'm always amazed when there's just like one, like I am so like infatuated with people that will just like Anna Delvini or like the Firefest dude or
Yeah.
somebody that will like lie so prolifically that like they start believing it and they
Yeah.
start like and then all of a sudden like, did you ever see the documentary The Woman Who Wasn't There?
Yes,
About
I
the
love
woman
that
who
one.
lied. She like lied about being in 9/11.
And then she
then-
was like the president of the 9/11 Victims
No
Fund
way.
for all
Yeah,
these
that's
years.
And so
great.
she would have like a real woman who was like in one of the buildings in 9/11, but her story was so much worse that the actual victim would have to like call her, like she would call her up in the middle of the night and be like, I'm having terrors, I'm back in the building. And she'd be like, just calm down, it's gonna be fine. So like a real victim had to like calm her down of her fake like stuff. And then
And she
like,
ended up, she's like not even in the country
Yeah.
during 9/11. She's like in Spain in college.
but she became like the spokesperson for the victims.
Yeah, like when they dedicated the 9/11 memorial, like she was standing next to Rudy Giuliani.
Wait, she was standing next
Yes, like
to the Rudy?
yeah, they were on top of the steps of the library there in Philadelphia, and they were just hands over their heads.
They're cheering? What are
Yeah,
they
they were
cheering
just
at
cheering
9/11?
on 9/11 and
9/11.
boxing, and then they went and punched some sides of beef. And my favorite line in that is where she like lied about having a dog, and she's like, "Of course I have a dog."
She doesn't know when to stop me.
No,
Oh, she doesn't have a dog.
no, like every time this.
And that's the worst part.
I'm out.
Another woman would come over and she would always talk about her dog, and she's like, "Where's your dog?" And she's like, "Oh, my housekeeper Lupe is walking her." And one time she was there for like 3 hours or something, and she's like, "Boy, this dog must love Lupe."
Wow. It's always the presidents, isn't it?
The what?
It's always the presidents of the club. Because like the president of the NAACP, right?
Oh, you're talking about Rachel Dolezal?
Yeah. Like what? Like why is it the
She
president?
has an OnlyFans now, doesn't she?
She does, and there's nothing
Here's
on there.
here's
Trust me,
not as good as you want it to be, Lucas.
It's not what you think it would be.
Bad with the slam dunk. I love it.
I don't think that one was a joke.
I know, but yeah, I mean, I know I'm saying this with 3 cameras or 2 cameras on me, but fame has become like a currency, like whether it's like 15 minutes or like everybody. So, you know, you can build this house of cards and it makes you a living, you know. So
yeah, and like a lot of people talked about like the net good that she did for survivors of 9/11.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to reconcile that she was this like lying piece of shit because she got all of these like
Well, it's the
you know,
same thing
helped
with
all
Rachel
this-
Dolezal, right? Like she was doing a lot of stuff
really
with the
great
NAACP.
stuff with the NAACP.
Whereas if she
but-
just wasn't lying and was just like,
And just doing
I'm just
those
a
things.
helper,
Yeah.
then it would have been great.
yeah.
it always happens. Yeah, it happens.
Sean King, on the other hand,
That's the other thing. They just keep coming up.
Great guy.
And like Sean King even says he doesn't know what he is, right?
He's a Muslim dude now.
No, the race.
The race.
He might
well,
not be-
last time
there
I
was, like,
talked to him,
Question that he might not be black.
Is he still snowboarding or?
Sean,
That's Sean Kemp.
Sean,
Are we talking about Sean Paul?
Sean Paul.
Are
And
you?
it waited to time.
Just give it a look. Do you consider yourself Indiana famous, Lucas?
Indiana fan.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
Because I feel like if you're out in public, I feel like a lot of people know you anyway. Like you're a man about town.
Yeah, I mean, I'm popular. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, so, but I don't know. It's weird. It's fun.
I feel like I'm Indianapolis semi-famous, meaning that like once every other week somebody will point me out for being a comedian, but it's always when I'm doing something that I don't want to be like pointed out. It's like I'll be at my other job bartending and they'll be like, "You're the comedian, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess so." Like, do you want this gin and soda or what are we doing?
Like, my friend we were out at Duke's at a show, and people were coming up to me and saying, "Hey, what's up?" And this lady came up to me and was like, did the whole like, "Happy to see you out, buddy," and like the whole like she thought I was 7 years old bit, thing. And my friend's like, "I can never tell if people think you're stupid or famous." Like, I'm like, yeah. I can't. And I have that problem with people hitting on me. I'm like, was she hitting on me or does she think I'm dumb? Like,
Are she starstruck or just being a real bitch?
oh, you're
my
so
word.
cute. I'm like, damn.
Like, I know.
Damn, like she's coming on strong.
And I'm like, you want to go out? She's like, you're going to have to ask your mom first. I mean,
Let's make car seat.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool being recognized. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I wish it would translate into more money.
I was selling merch at the Morgan Wallen concert.
Oh my god!
some lady was like, "Are you a comedian? I've seen you perform before." Like, just take your sweatshirt, get the hell out of here, lady.
Why were you there?
Because I need money.
Okay.
Dyke will sell on both sides.
Yeah.
He sold out.
Kind of
literally.
like Kentucky.
Oh, he's neutral.
Oh yeah,
In this
yeah.
Morgan Wallen concert.
Did that track that you got that joke? Right?
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
that
okay.
joke. I just didn't laugh that hard because there's something like when jokes aren't that funny to me, I don't laugh. I just don't. And it's been that way for a long time.
Yeah. Did you learn that from your crowd? Did you do that before you started doing comedy or after? Is that how you learned it?
No, I
when
learned
you
it-
do comedy?
I was gonna say I learned it from your crowds, but like you're the guest, and then I'm gonna get yelled at by like, so you win this roast round.
Don't blame
Mark my words.
Don't blame your mom on
Listen,
me.
Coop man. Listen, algorithm Coop man.
What are you, J. Cole, man? I could go after you, man.
Oh yeah, I'm apologizing.
I'm sorry.
I'll let Drake take it from here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Can you drop a beat for me there, Sauce Boss? Lucas Waterfill, Gwen Sunkel, thank you so much for being back on the program today. Of
course.
Go ahead and one more time plug Middle Ground and then your personal social medias.
Yeah, Middle Ground Comedy Festival. You can find us at Middle Ground Fest on Instagram. Our website is www.middlegroundcomedy.com. April 25th through the 28th at Half Liter and Black Circle. Tickets available on Eventbrite. You can also follow me at Gwenderwoman on all social medias.
And you're going to be there the whole time.
Oh yeah, never
Every
leaving.
second.
I'm taking a sleeping bag.
Okay. Lucas.
Yeah, I'll be at the festival, Middle Ground. I'm headlining Friday the 26th,
9 p.m.
And 9 p.m. And it's going to be a great show with great friends. My handles are Lucas Waterfill at Lucas Waterfill. That's LucasWaterfill. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Facebook. Thank you.
And TikTok.
So much. And TikTok.
You're on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok.
You're talking,
I'm
baby.
TikToking. I have 10,000 followers.
Damn.
Whoa, I can get on live, baby. Okay, I'm out. See, I love you guys.
Thaddaeus J.
One time when I was hosting for Lucas Waterfill, and I was holding the microphone, and this is like probably my first year in comedy, and he got a big laugh, and he turned to me, he's like, "That's what it feels like to get real big laughs." And I never forgot that. So find me at Thad Mckee on Instagram, trying to be funny.
Oh my God.
Zach Rome.
I never said that.
Yeah, if you got $3, you can check out our After Brunch. Every single week we do an extra episode. It is Patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
Close enough. Keeps it gamble.
They'll find it.
Well, you can find me getting close enough to find it. You can also find me helping out with some video and fun production stuff at the Middle Grounds Comedy Festival. It's going to be a fucking blast.
Yeah.
Hey, and I'll be performing Thursday and Sunday, as well as Harder Brunch will be there at 3 p.m.
Yes.
on Sunday, live from Middle Ground Comedy Festival. Come check that out. Buy your tickets now. Don't wait till last minute. Don't make Gwen have a coronary. Just buy the tickets.
Please, for the love of God.
Buy them now. Buy them. Buy extra ones. Buy ones for friends, whether they're going to come or not. Thank you guys so much for listening. Stick around. We're going to have a really fun after brunch, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we can get into After Brunch now.
Well, yeah, that's what we're doing.